Hello everybody, it's Fat Man from the Holler. And as always, if you like my videos, hit like and subscribe. And today I did a little purchase from a website called Shein USA. It's Shein USA. And it's similar to Temu, which is Temu, and you see it everywhere now. And what it's doing, what these businesses are, and it's like Alibaba and AliExpress, but which them are manufacturer wholesales. We have to buy stuff in bulk. And then there's Banggood, and there's many different China-based businesses that is actually putting the consumers in direct line of purchasing things instead of being middleman through all the people out there, such as like Amazon, Walmart, and all that stuff. But I actually like Amazon quite a bit out of the majority of the wholesale retail kind of middleman thing because they're actually very good. Except for one item I bought on there from one business that was actually you put a CD in your computer and you plug the USB in it, which it makes it so the item you plug it into doesn't have to run an LAN bar. Well, I got charged twice for it, which kind of sucks. But we're gonna get back onto this. And what all this stuff is like this item right here is actually a head mount. It's a head mount you can put on your head, and you can put your phone on it. As you can see in the diagram, you can turn the phone different directions. So I believe it probably worked for what I want to do. And the reason I initially purchased this before I actually came up with the idea and applying for the Visa card through Amazon to get this body camera right here. To see another video, which is pretty good. But you have this screw right here, it's adjustable. And then you have all your pieces that come with this right here for assembling it. I don't know how well it's going to work. Because some of the stuff, I mean, it's not like spectacular or ain't nothing, but I believe if it actually halfway works or I find it useful at some point, it'd be worth the money. Because I mean, it's like $52 or like $55 some odd change for a whole bunch of stuff, and then applying for that little PayPal card like I did with the Amazon Visa card. I got $20 off. Instead of them actually putting it on the PayPal, they put it on the credit card, so I have to wait to actually take care of that when it comes. And then this brush right here, usually I've seen the kids, and they always want like ungodly amount of money for it. I've seen cheaper kits for like $18 to $40, and you can never get this brush. I mean, I could have probably used a brush like people in the industry of doing beauticians and cutting hair. That's kind of what that is. But what this brush is, it only costs 32 cents. And what I need it for is like to be able to clean my laptop keyboard. So 32 cents, not really a big deal. Don't have to buy an entire kit. Another example of some crazy stuff that I bought, because I buy things that I'm going to use. And I'm not trying to manipulate into buying none of this stuff, but here it is. And then like this right here is glitter ball gel type pens. Okay, maybe Fat Man Howard's trying to hustle us. No, let's just see how good this actually works. Let me find something I can write on. Okay, here's old letter. Let's see if these pens actually work very well. Well, guess what? These pens was a couple bucks. You go to something like Dollar General, you get about this. You actually get less pens, and it's $5. But Amazon, you can buy a whole kit with refills and everything for like $20. And I provide the link in that other video anyway. So it actually, the pens work. I don't know how long they'll last, but I do a lot of drawing, and when I'm filling stuff in with color, you'll go through quite a bit of ink pens for doing the freehand art that I do. And example, some of the freehand art I do is right there, and all that stuff is pretty much hand drawn, and I use glitter pens for that stuff of that nature. So that you'll understand when I do videos, you'll understand reasons behind the things that I do and how I do it. Okay, and then here's another deal. It's actually a tripod you're supposed to be able to set a cell phone on. I kind of popped that loose and that little spring inside of it broke, but I'm not going to complain. It'd still be useful. What it was going to be used for is since OBS Studio or XSplit on my computer will not play smoothly when I run an NES or Super NES emulator, I was going to use this tripod. But actually looking at it and understanding it, and seeing how this can come right off there, they gave me an idea. I could actually make something similar to this and put what is called all thread. And anybody understands what all thread is? A piece of steel that what it is just like a screw. What all thread is you can put nuts on it and washers, and then you can cut it and make it work. So I could put like a piece of pallet or anything, and I can make my own tripod of sorts, be makeshift. But the only problem is I don't have a router or a Dremel. But what I could actually do is use probably, maybe I could probably use a scroll saw or chisel or my carving kit to put an indention in it. I'd have to set the phone. I'd set the phone in like a little paint, or actually I could even do it with water. Just get the edge of my cell phone wet, and then when I set it on the wood, it'll make a mark, and then start cutting it and try to get the phone to set properly. But even this tripod wasn't super expensive. None of this is super really bad. And I also bought my buddy Mr. Fix-It set of headphones, and it's like around $79 usually, but it's around before Thanksgiving, so I got a good deal on them. Got them for like $14.87, regular $79. At the time, that's $27, but I got a coupon, so I knocked them down with that. Because I use some of that stuff, and I tried to use honey and some of that stuff. Stuff's BS in its own way. But these are actually wireless headphones, and I took them when I went to the hospital and had my scans and stuff done, blood drawn, and all that stuff. But it has this charging case you can set them in. It's pretty simple. And on the back, you can look right here. It has out USB, and then it takes a like a little it's like a little micro type SD charger. Like most cell phones, it's not the type C where it's more oval. So it worked, and I listened to it for probably right around maybe probably an hour, anywhere from 45 minutes to maybe an hour and a half pushing it. And it worked, and I came home, it was like 56%. And I know when we're going down the road, since the roads in Missouri and MoDOT, and they don't ever actually hot coat the roads and lay asphalt properly and roll it, we hit a bump and it stopped working. But the reason it stopped working, because you can actually push these when you're in your ear and they'll turn them off, instead of even having to pull them out of your ear. So that's quite interesting in its own self. And all my reloading guys out there know I do a lot of videos on reloading. Sometimes I get nasty feedback. Some people like, oh, you're just out there trying to sell products for them people. No, I'm looking at options. And I'll do an option when I do a video. It's not swaying nobody to do nothing per se, any shape, form, or way. If somebody has a better idea how to do what I'm working on doing is acquiring, reloading things a part at a time, well, or you have a better product, well, maybe you should inform me before leaving a nasty comment, because a nasty comment doesn't get you far. Well, your description ain't good, and it's a piece of junk. Well, okay, bucko, what's better do you have? I don't want to be combative and start a damn argument with you, but if you're going to be a little disrespectful asshole, well, why don't you tell me what's better, buddy? Until then, why don't you go on about your way and either be respectful, or you know where you can go. Be banned, blocked, and go to hell. But I don't like to be mean to nobody, because I ain't that kind of guy. Could be, or rather not be. But anyway, I seen these on there too, and these wasn't very expensive. And what this is slingshot ammo, and as everybody knows, I'm a crazy, off-the-grid type guy. And I was sitting there looking at slingshot ammo, and I said, well, I'll be darned. Instead of going on Amazon and getting 2 pounds for $25, with actually number 7.5 shot, I said, I'll just buy this damn slingshot ammo. And you know, it's about the size of and if you look at it, it's damn near the size of double-aught buckshot. It is only about $6 damn for 2 big old bags. Well, guess what? I can load a few shotgun shells with that and have some buckshot, can't I? And then another thing I purchased off her I thought was kind of amusing. It's more of a joke to me. And I know some people like, oh, you're just pissing your money off. Well, it's my money to piss off, and it ain't yours, so don't worry about it. But what this is a monocle. It's supposed to be night vision, and when you look at it, it says day and night on it. And it has adjustment up here where you can turn it, and you can also turn it here in the back. And this little piece right here where you usually pull it, and you pull it and it tightens it down, it broke. I ended up taking it off. I just slid that in there and tied it in knot because I really have it like that anyway. Where I know if I was carrying it like this way and I pull on it like that, it's not going to fall out of my hand or what have you. And they said it's supposed to be night vision. I looked at it last night. My buddy, Mr. Fix's house. We hung out for a little while and was sitting in the truck like I always do, because I always like this. Like almost all the business I do is going to be in my living room, bar counter, or in the truck, and I talk to everybody in the truck. We have all kind of conversations in the truck. Everybody knows me. That's the way it is. But anyway, this old night vision they said is going to work. I mean, it's a great monocle if you're spotting deer or something at nature or for hunting. But far as night vision, it's not night vision. It's not even like that old BS night vision Walmart sold back in the day for what was that, like $120 to $200? That old Night Owl Generation 1 BS, where what's your distance you're going to get, maybe 25, 35 feet. And then after that, it starts cutting and fading, and the lens and the filter and the reverse optical starts bleeding out to where it starts turning yellow. Because I know a little bit about military tactics and stuff like that, and I can actually spot night vision at night because the reverse optical at night vision is a luminant glow of yellow, but more advanced capabilities of night vision, they've actually worked on getting rid of that illumination, and there's different generations now where actually some of the night vision's got windage in it. It has windage, elevation, range. It has all kinds of stuff in it. And it has flares in it, night vision, heat sinks, and all kinds of stuff. Military's got all kinds of stuff going on. But the best thing they did is when they took them all ARs with the shotgun attachment on your AR type gun, which assault rifle, but military's like M16 and different base stuff like that. What they did is they put a swivel shotgun attachment on where you can swivel it, and it has like a infrared camera in it where you can actually see the optical when you're clearing rooms. And that's good for our soldiers because our soldiers do a lot of hard work, and I salute all the soldiers out there, and I never would disgrace those guys. Great guys. And I've seen an older gentleman, they try and get his wheelchair out of his van. He's in the Navy, and I seen his Navy hat on. Instantly I knew what it was. Got to know quite a bit about Navy. And I said, hey bud, I said, hey man, you need any help? Because he's staggering. He's an older man. He's probably like 70, 80 years old. Oh no, I'm okay. And I said, salute to you, man. I said, salute to you and thank you for your service. I said, I'd love to help you, but if you got it, I'll let you be. And I'm sorry, I didn't want to bother you, sir. He said, no, you're fine. Thank you. And I never leave a man in the field. I would have carried that gentleman into the hospital, even though after COVID I may have a little bit of a breathing problem or lung problem. Never leave a man in the field. It's just where I come from, what I was taught. And that's that. But anyway, back to this old night vision. It actually comes with this where you can actually clean this up and stuff. And it comes with this little bag you can carry it in. Right here. I mean, for $12 to $14, it's more of a funny thing. I mean, you know you ain't going to get no damn night vision for no damn $12. But there's organizations in the United States that sell stuff. And I have some friends that I won't list because I don't want to get them in trouble with Bushnell or some military tactic stuff to where they're actually inventing some of this stuff, like some of the stuff I talked about, like the night vision sunglasses, flare glasses where you can click buttons for day illuminations and changing that night vision as contacts. Because I am a vendor, and some of my friends are actually into some organizations that I won't speak of, but they're central intelligence agencies and bureaus, and we'll leave it at that. And then the next item that I thought was funny is about, it was like $14. It's on sale, and right there you can see it right there. It says made in China. What it is, the miniature Nintendo. The controller looks a little crazy, and I've seen some of the reviews was good, some of them was bad. And if you look at the bottom right there, it says AV out, and then it says everything. And I've seen there's a lot of bad comments, and I've seen some people said they broke and this and that stuff. And I was like, I wonder how big that thing is. So I purchased it. I want to see if it works. It says 620 classic games built in. So let's open this bad boy up and see what this is all about. I'm just curious what it's all about. So right here, and I ain't dealing with all that gibberish. I hate that damn tight plastic right there. It always annoys me more than anything. To a certain extent, I guess. because I always have a problem opening it. So that's that. Always carry a knife because you never know when you're going to need it. I'm not even going to deal with that. I'm going to get all that BS out of the way right off the bat. And then you don't have to deal with it. I just cut it and get it out of the way because that stuff really is super annoying. Okay, so it's audio, video to HDMI, and there's where you can plug that. And then it has like this piece is actually not a micro, but it's more like what the PlayStation 3 controllers was. And then let's see what it says. Mini CVBS to HD TV and user manual. And a lot of it's going to be in Mandarin. There actually might be in English. I know sometimes a lot of stuff when it comes from some of these places is going to be in English. And on the flip side, it'll probably be in Mandarin. No, it's all in English, and it shows everything. And it shows the diagram of how it hooks up and everything of that nature. So we'll slide those pieces out. Okay, I believe this is going to be the power wire for it. And as always, when you watch Fat Man from the Holler, disclaimer, I'm not responsible if you tear stuff up when you're cutting out a package, but use good sense so you don't cut none of your wiring and try to locate that. So, this right here would be the micro charger. Okay, let's continue. And then right here would be your audio and video. And I'm sure yellow is going to be video, it's common, and red will be the audio. And let's see here. Let's continue through this little maze. And it even gets funnier. And then it says the user manual. But this, I opened it up earlier because I thought it's quite comical. I was actually wondering, how small is this thing? Okay. That's how small it is. Okay. It takes an oddball controller right there, as you can see. And then it says power and reset. These buttons even work. I guess you can turn it off and on. It does work. Door don't open, but it says family computer system. And in the back of it, you have your AV out and your DC in. Okay. Let's open up the rest of the way and see what we got going on here. Okay. Here's the controllers, which don't quite look retro, of course, but that's okay. Because China doing the best they can, I guess. We'll take this off right there, and I'll check this out a little bit. Get all this plastic out of the way. So, quite interesting. Has a oddball type configuration of how that actually goes in. Just to see how durable it is, we'll test sliding it together. So that'd be joystick 1. Okay, it seems to fit sufficiently snug where it's not loose and jimmy jacking around too much. And then check his controller out, which is a little bit different because it has, can't hardly see because of the lighting. And it says A, B, and then it says TB, and then TR right here. So this is, actually, no, it don't say that. Actually, I need a flashlight. That shit drives me crazy. Well, I don't have a flashlight. Let's use a lighter instead. That'll work. Okay. Where it says A, and then it says B, and then the top button right here to your right, it says TR, and then it says TB, and then it says start and select. And I mean, they almost got it about right. And I mean, it's not, these old types of controllers ain't that extremely, or not that extremely hard to make, because if you have a 3D printer and 3D printer media and you have the proper programs, you can 3D print all the stuff that you see. And then the only thing you need is a breadboard, and you can probably most likely get the components from Amazon or just about anywhere, or even take an old electronics apart. And preferably, if you're doing to do that, you want to have a soldering gun that I don't have, but it's actually more of a higher soldering gun where it heats it up and it has a little vacuum and it actually sucks the solder up and out versus actually having to add solder to remove solder, stuff of that nature. But 3D printer you can make is breadboard, and then It's just like, if anybody knows what I'm talking about out there, there's stuff like, you have Ariando, and then you have Raspberry Pi, and there's a lot of Raspberry Pi, and a lot of these retro gaming stuff like emulators and Hyperkin, a lot of stuff in a nutshell is just Raspberry Pi. Because I don't like to BS around, and I'm sure you guys don't like to BS around. If we're going to get something going, we're going to get it right to the fact of the matter and jump right in, and we're going to do it this way. And I want to give you guys exactly what stuff is, and there's no BSing around. And if I don't know about something, I'm not going to sit here and BS you and say, hey, this is a good product, buy this stuff. I'm not into manipulation. I don't care about it. We're doing all this stuff for fun. And guess what? Maybe I might save somebody $12 to $14 when they think they're going to get night vision from Shein USA. It's not night vision. And then I'll do a follow-up video on this, more of an unboxing video on this. And I'm going to actually take this back apart and then kind of re-secure everything more of an order. And I'll do a different video on it by itself. But it comes with everything needed. It comes with everything needed. So, I mean, don't have an issue with that. Because, I mean, sometimes some folks they'll run their mouths. And I know they do. Because we all do. If we get something we feel like we're being ripped off, we'll say something. And why all that stuff from China is junk? Well, where do you think the stuff you bought at Walmart comes from, dummy?